We get a good call for a chop block, which involves the back and the left offensive tackle. It's fairly unusual to have a lineman and a back involved in a chop block, so it's really good to get this foul. Referees, I'd advise you to announce both players' numbers on a chop block since it is a two-man operation.
Chop block, offense, number 1, 15-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Here we have a situation at the goal line where we get conflicting signals from the two officials on the flanks. The head linesman comes in from the top of the screen with the touchdown signal while the line judge at the bottom of the screen is coming in marking the ball dead short of the goal line. So we need to make sure that we know what the ruling on the field here is. This eventually was a ruling on the field of a touchdown, which was confirmed by instant replay, but it's not good to have conflicting signals on a play like this, especially at the goal line.
Field of a touchdown is confirmed.
Here we get an excellent call for targeting against a defenseless receiver. You'll see that the defender crouches, launches, contact to the head neck area. This is an excellent call. Unfortunately, this was overturned by instant replay and the disqualification was nullified. This should not have been overturned. This should have been sustained, perhaps even confirmed. We get the reaction we want from the player. Notice that he puts his hands to his head like, oh my goodness, what have I done? So that's what we want. It's too bad that this was overturned, but it was an excellent call on the field.
Personal foul, targeting, number 7 of the defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. By rule, number 7 is disqualified.
Here we have a targeting foul that was correctly ruled targeting on the field, and the player was disqualified. You'll see that the defender comes in with his headgear at his shoulder and goes right after the head neck area of the receiver. He takes dead aim, makes no attempts to make a legal tackle. This is an excellent call on the field, and it's good that this was confirmed by instant replay. Referees, remember not to deviate from the prescribed announcement. You should say that by rule, number such and such is disqualified.
Personal foul, targeting to the head of a defenseless player. Number 13 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. As a result of this foul, number 13 has been disqualified for the remainder of the game. After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Here we have a muffed attempt on a try. The snap is bad, and the kicking team chases the ball down the field. There's a flag for illegally kicking the ball, but you can see that, in fact, this is just inadvertent touching of the ball by the defensive team. Kicking is a deliberate act in order to draw a foul. So there should have been no flag on the play. However, given that there was a foul called, there's some confusion about enforcement of the penalty. Because this is a foul on a try that takes place before a change of possession, then the penalty should be enforced at the previous spot, half the distance to the goal, and the try repeated. In fact, what happened is that the down was replayed at the previous spot rather than the penalty being enforced half the distance to the goal. There was some conversation about declining the distance portion of the penalty, but of course that is incorrect. Either the penalty is accepted or the penalty is declined, and of course the team is going to want to accept the penalty since otherwise there would have been a score for the other team. So this try should have been repeated at the 1.5-yard line rather than at the 3-yard line.
Illegally kicking the ball. Defense number 22. The score is no good. There will be no foul on the kickoff. Correction. The ball will be enforced half the distance to the goal. Retry.
We missed a foul for an illegal formation here. You'll see that there are 5 players in the offensive backfield at the snap, so we should have had a flag down on the ground for this one. Big play since the play made a first down near the goal line, so should have had an illegal formation foul on this play. Here's a play where we need better concentration on the status of the game clock. The ball carrier goes out of bounds, correctly stop the clock, but with the time remaining, of course, we're going to start the clock on the ready for play. Then a player goes down with an injury, A TV commercial intervenes, and when we come back to play, we should have started the clock on the ready for play, but we started on the snap. You can see the head linesman indicating that correctly the clock should be started on the ready for play, but it doesn't start until the snap. We should have had a foul for unsportsmanlike conduct against the head coach on this play. He can express his displeasure in appropriate ways, but he comes well out onto the field. Two officials try to walk him back. He's trying to show up the officials. This is inexcusable. There's no reason for this kind of behavior. We would never allow a player to behave like this, and we should not allow the coaches to behave like this without a flag being on the ground. Here we see a play where the ball carrier is driven back and then the ball comes out. This play should have been blown dead when his forward progress was stopped rather than allowing the fumble on the drive back. Also point out that the referee is wearing a pink hat and has a pink whistle. CFO standard uniform is to be worn at all times. My understanding is that in this particular case, the conference commissioner instructed the officials to wear this non-standard uniform, but that is the only exception that would be allowed for not wearing the regular uniform. This is nice work by the crew to get this late hit out of bounds. This is a fairly obvious foul, but it's the kind of thing that we must get because it's dangerous to the players and it also causes trouble later on. The referee makes a very nice announcement to describe the penalty on this play.
Personal foul, number 10, defense, late hit out of bounds, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
We get a call for running into the kicker here. Seems more appropriate to call this roughing the kicker since the kicker was hit and knocked off his feet. Of concern also is the enforcement of the penalty. The referee announces that the 5-yard penalty will be tacked onto the end of the kick. This is incorrect, of course, because roughing or running into the kicker is previous spot enforcement. So not tacked onto the end of the kick, but previous spot enforcement.
Running into the kicker on the defense, number 38. 5-yard penalty will be enforced at the end of the kick.
Good work by the back judge to get this unsportsmanlike conduct foul. You'll see that the player intercepts the pass. When he gets up, he throws the ball to the ground. And good job to get this unsportsmanlike conduct foul. This is the kind of thing that can lead to trouble later on, so it's good to get these things shut down quickly.
Unsportsmanlike number 21. Oh, first down.
This is very nice work by the back judge on this punt. You'll see that he's in great position, gives plenty of room for the play to develop. When he sees that the goal line is threatened, he hustles to the goal line, continues to stay out of the way of the players, is in great position to rule on this play where the punt is down very near the goal line. So this is excellent mechanics by our back judge. We get a good call for defensive pass interference in the end zone. You'll see that this is a fairly obvious foul and good call. Referees, let me encourage you to be a little more descriptive when announcing the penalty for defensive pass interference, especially here close to the goal line. The ball is snapped at the 20-yard line and will be a full 15-yard penalty plus the automatic first down. This can be a little bit confusing near the goal line, so I think it's helpful to give a little more descriptive explanation of the penalty.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. Automatic, first down.
We get a good call for blocking below the waist on this punt. Remember that blocking below the waist is not allowed for either team on any down in which there is a kick. Referees, be sure to use the correct signal for blocking below the waist and also announce blocking below the waist rather than low block.
Low block on the kicking team, number 7. It's a 15-yard penalty that'll be tacked on to the end of the kick, and it'll be a first down.
This is a nice job by the umpire to get disconcerting signals on this play. You don't see this very often, but the umpire does a good job of recognizing this, shutting the play down. Very good announcement by the referee. He gives a correct delay of game signal and indicates the disconcerting signal. So good work overall.
Prior to the snap, disconcerting signal.
There it is.
Number
Good
83
one.
of the defense.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, third down.
Yep.
We should have had a call for defensive pass interference here. You can see that the defender just climbs through the back of the receiver before the ball gets there. And so we should have had a flag for DPI. This is well done by the side judge to get this late hit out of bounds. This is absolutely unnecessary. Good work to call this. There's also a holding foul on the play that we do not see. The referee does a nice job of explaining the penalty enforcement. This can be complicated when you have a live ball and dead ball foul situation. So good work to get the foul and a nice job of explaining the penalty enforcement.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, number 7 of the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Then dead ball, personal foul, late hit, number 8 on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty and includes an automatic first down.
Here we have a foul for defensive pass interference that is correctly called. You can see that the defender cuts the receiver off from a path to the ball. The defender is trying to play through the receiver and never really tries to play the ball. So this is an excellent call. Good job.
Pass interference, number 7 defense. Penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
We miss a foul for offensive pass interference. The tight end to the left side of the line comes across the middle and takes out the cornerback who is coming across the middle the other way, trailing the receiver. So this should have been a flag for offensive pass interference. Here's a play where the quarterback goes down with his knee on the ground before he throws a forward pass. This happens very fast, and sometimes it's hard to get this, but referees, be sure to concentrate on this play. Replay comes in and bails us out here, but it's important to get this on the field if at all possible.
The ruling on the field is reversed. The ruling that was the quarterback's knee was down at the 30-yard line on the left hash with 12:48 on the clock. 12:48 on the clock.
This is really nice work to get offensive pass interference. The second receiver in on the right side at the bottom of the screen goes across the middle and bumps the linebacker, allowing the other receiver from the opposite side of the field to come across and be open for the pass. So this is a good job to get this offensive pass interference. This is a classic pick play. Excellent job to pick this up.
Pass interference, offense, number 81. That penalty declined. 4th down.
Here's a targeting foul that is handled well by the crew and by the replay booth. There are several looks at this that you'll see where the defender comes in and launches and gets the receiver in the head neck area. Good work to get this. The number of targeting fouls is down a little bit. We still see it, and you can see that the behavior of the player at the end of the play shows that he's not learned not to make this kind of action. So good work to get this, to disqualify him from the game. Good job by instant replay to confirm the call.
Personal foul. Targeting a defenseless player. The head neck area. Number 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
In the danger zone.
Number 1 is disqualified from the game.
We get a good call for holding by the line judge on this play. The left guard pulls to lead the play, grabs the defender around the shoulders, grabs and restricts and bulldogs him to the ground right at the point of attack. You can see the line judge has a good look at this as the play comes toward him. This is good work.
Holding, offense number 75. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot.
I think that's his second hold.
Second down.
We get a nice job by our referee to pick up this holding foul on the play. The right guard grabs the defender around the shoulders. The end zone view gives a good look at the jersey tug, restricts him just enough to allow the ball carrier to get by. This is good work by the referee to get this foul on a play that sweeps to his side.
Holding, offense number 70.
That's coming back. Wow.
10-yard penalty.
Holding's killing these guys, and this was an obvious.
This is a very solid piece of officiating by the side judge on this play at the goal line. He's in great position, backed away from the line where he's out of the way of the play, gets a good view of the goal line, sees the ball carrier with his elbow on the ground before the ball goes over the plane of the goal line. He comes in with his hand raised to indicate the ball is dead, selling the call. This is just a good job of a tough play at the goal line. Very nice work.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down at the 1-foot line.
On this pass play, we miss a foul for a pass interference. You see that the defender gets in front of the receiver, cuts off his route to the ball, shoves him, doesn't allow him to have an opportunity to catch the ball. So this should have been flagged as defensive pass interference. This is a good job to get this illegal formation where the right tackle is well into the backfield. This is an advantage on a pass play when he's trying to protect the passer. So good job to get this illegal formation for too many men in the backfield.
Illegal formation, 5 men in the backfield. Number 70, offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
I have this play on here to point out the nice mechanics by the side judge on this play near the goal line. You can see that he gets to the goal line in good shape on this long play, gives plenty of cushion to the action in front of him, keeps the play well in his view, gets to the goal line, checks with the head linesman to make sure that the runner did not step out of bounds, and then with poise and patience gives the touchdown signal. This is an excellent job and overall good work. We get a call for blocking the back on this kickoff return. In fact, you'll see that this is a side block and is legal, should not have been called. You'll get a couple of good replays on this. You can sort of tell by the way that the player who receives the block falls off to one side. This contact is at the shoulder at the player's side, so there should be no foul here.
Illegal block in the back during the return. Number 1, receiving team, half the distance to the goal. First down.